Your aura and your magnetism and your personality can actually attract the right types of people. But how do you really work on it? And I'm gonna break it down kind of very simply for you so you can understand how to incorporate, because no one really has a basic understanding about what it is. I'm gonna give you a story about aura. The story goes that there was this one artist that I really liked, and everybody hated me for it. They were like, he sucks, he's terrible. And I'm like, nah, you just don't see. You don't see what I see, you know? You're gonna come around eventually. And a year went by, they still bagged me out. I don't know why you like it. 2 years goes by, he becomes the biggest Latin artist in the world, and that was Peso Pluma. Now, I loved his music, I loved the trumpets, I loved everything about that. And that's what made me magnetic. Now, you might not understand that, but let me break it down a little bit more. What makes you authentic, what makes you magnetic, what makes people follow you, what makes you have this aura is liking things that people will judge you for. This is a concept that I didn't know in high school. When someone would bag me out, when someone would say, you know, oh my God, I can't believe you like that, I would flip on a dime. I would become the guy that would go from here to there. I'd be like, oh no, I don't like him. Or yeah, you're right, that sucks. So with this guy, you know, I was like, no, I'm sticking clear. And I've learned over the years, you stick to your guns, we call it in Australia. And this is what draws people to you, where they can put a bit of pressure on you and you don't fold. They can trust you. There's that loyalty there. Loyalty to your ideas, loyalty to your core, your essence. And people will test this. And if you do not falter under that pressure, they're gonna be like, you know, Sam sticks to his guns, or Sam, you know, there's something about him. And girls are gonna test you immensely, but also social connections are gonna test you immensely. Who's your loyalty to? What do you say you like something and then a year's time you still like that thing, or you topsy-turvy, you flip in at a dime, and people don't like that. This is what creates this aura, this magnetism. You're liking things that not everybody likes. You like things that are out of the ordinary, and people are gonna put pushback on it, and you're going to stay strong. So aura, I think about it as strength in character, strength in ideas, strength in what you like. The second thing is going against the grain, going against groupthink. If you have this aura, this magnetism, it's kind of like having an idea that is not popular right now, and it becomes popular. There's a lot of people that are almost like Nostradamus characters, where they predict the future. Mr. West is a great example of that. And they like something, and 3 years later, everybody else likes it. You know, Gary Vee's a great one. He says, this is the future, this is the future. Push back, push back, push back. And then 2 years and he's right. And then everyone was like, oh my God, Gary's, he predicts it. Or McGregor would predict the knockouts. People love that sort of stuff, where you are going against the grain of what is the popular narrative, and you are expressing yourself of, I like this and I don't care who else says anything about it. I like it, and if you don't like it, I don't care that you don't like it. This is what I like. That is magnetic, that is polarizing. That is what is the essence, that aura. The third thing is what I just said, polarizing. And so going against the grain, you're going to get some pushback, you're going to get some negativity. Most people that are weak-willed, that have weak spirit, such as when I used to be, I would falter under that pressure. Whatever they liked, I would then second guess myself. I hadn't thought about this enough. And it comes down to, when you do like something against the grain, have a little bit of a think about it. So you might like Fiji water. If someone doesn't like Fiji water, they like Voss, or they like something else. Fiji water sucks, man. You're fucking, I don't know what you're fucking doing. It absolutely fucking sucks. And you're like, no, it doesn't. A weak-willed person would be like, well, you know, Voss, yeah, I mean, it is glass. Yeah, I guess you're right. You know, yeah, I guess Fiji, and that is not making you magnetic. That's making you weak. People won't follow that person. People won't like that person, because you're not standing for anything. When you stand for nothing, you fall for everything. You got to stand for something, right? You can't be like on this bench here. You can't be on the edge, fall this way, hurt yourself, fall that way, hurt yourself. You got to stand for something. And if you don't, that is what's not making you magnetic. Now, that is the start of your personality. Let's go to the social stuff. The social stuff, what makes you have that aura, magnetism, loud voice, clear tonality, all the basics. The body language has to be there. But let's go a little bit deeper on this. Let's flip it. Let's go deep. I think you're ready for us to go deep on this. It's about what emotions you make the person feel. Now, it's not always positive, okay? When I say like you make people feel good, that's majority of the time. But a lot of the time, what makes people captivated, what makes people interested, intrigued, is there's this idea that you're not always going with the grain or the narrative of what's right now. You might be a little bit ahead, and that can put some friction in there. And when you put that friction in there, it's not as if it might be negative friction. It's just that there's layers to you, layers to your personality, layers to what you like. And when you really break that down, and people feel that energy, they feel that friction, they feel those emotions, they're going to be gravitated towards it. See, a lot of the time, the information, even in this video, yeah, it might have gone over your head, but there's the emotion behind it. There's the emotion, the intensity, the view, the lights, everything that you're feeling about this video is what's either going to make you love me or going to hate me. Either way, it's at least I'm causing emotion. And the way that you don't want to be is causing no emotion. It's like if you go up to a girl and you get literally zero reaction, that's not the type of girl that's not the emotional response that you want. You either at least get a positive emotion from her or a negative emotion. At least she's giving you something. At least that attention is there. But the zero, nothing, yeah, whatever. It means that you're not creating enough emotion. See, magnetism, think about it as a positive charge and a negative charge to create magnetic effect. Now, you don't have to be positive and they to be negative, but there needs to be a charge in what you do. There needs to be this energy behind it. And when there's not, and there's no energy behind you, and you're this contracting, nervous, like, oh, I don't want people to look at me. That's not attractive. That's not desirable. And that's definitely not what is magnetic. So you have to learn how to expand your energy. Be okay being the center of attention, or at least being in the center of the action. You don't need to be the most looked at person in the room, but you also can't shy away from that. I host a lot of high-level entrepreneurs I deal with them one-on-one, not only in my mentorship program, but one-on-one. And I tell them, and these guys are running huge businesses and, multi-million dollars, some even past that. And I tell them, in work, you don't shy away from the spotlight, but in social scenes, you do. And it's almost like you want to jump out of there as quick as possible. I want you to take the eyeballs, take people looking at you, and it's almost like an energetic charge, almost like it's charging you up, it's charging that energy. And it could go good or bad, but that doesn't matter. You're not worried about the result. You're going to take that energy on, because a lot of the time they're shunning it away and kind of having some reflectors. And I say to them, use that energy, soak that in, because the more you get comfortable with that, the better you're going to be in that spotlight, and the more you're going to be magnetic. See, I've got guys, there's other guys that walk into the room and they suck the energy out of there. They almost like they feel it. They fucking fiend on it. And that's what you want to do. Not in a negative way, but they're so comfortable being at the center of the tension. That is a big thing, that if you want to have this aura, this magnetism, you want to be someone that people look up to, you need to embrace that energy. You need to brace those eyeballs and not shy away from them. Because if you shy away from them, you're just saying, hey, you're telling the universe, you're telling God, I don't want this energy. Thus, it ain't going to be this self-fulfilling prophecy. See, if you do the opposite, the more eyeballs on you, you're loving it. You're telling to the universe, I want more eyeballs on me, which is going to be magnetic. You can't shy away from that. So Sam here, checking out in beautiful Tampa. And so again, this is something that if you're developing it, you want to improve your social skills, you want to improve the funnels in your social and dating life, this is the thing that I work on in my community, Social Life Mentoring. It's a mentorship program for guys that have little time. They work on their business, they're working on things, they want to really level up, they want to build systems so it's not unpredictable results. They really want to have predictable results, ending up with a beautiful relationship, beautiful friendships, beautiful circles that have the craziest opportunities and craziest events going on, and be the guy that has the social life that matches his business or fitness life and has lacked that in the past. So if that's you and you want to get some, all you got to do is click the link below. I'll see you on the other side there. And it's Sam here checking out. I want to see you as magnetic as possible. I want to see you feeding off that aura, feeding off that energy, and I can't wait to see you in person. Arrivederci.